Yeah.
I'm John Minion. I'm the CEO of Yorkshire Wildlife Park and Wildlife Group. Having a positive way of thinking in my head is essential for success. Being optimistic, we've got to look forward. We've got to be excited, and we've got to excite other people about what we do.
I'm Grant Keenan. I'm Managing Director of Keenan Recycling. I've always encouraged our team to be ambitious, to have vision. I think if you think big, you'll be big. If you think small, you will ultimately be small.
My name is Amrit Chandan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Acceleron. The great thing about starting a company is that you have the ability to be the master of your own destiny. And so those times where we thought this just isn't really going to work meant that we were able to pivot away and change direction in what we're doing. If you do stick rigidly to a challenge or an approach, then the chances of success are actually minimized because you're just not being responsive enough.
So I'm Miles Dunkley. I'm founder and executive creative director of SLG. Of course, at the beginning when I first joined the company, I had to be marketing guy, sales guy, procurement guy, product development guy. All of these things. I learned an awful lot through that, but I also learned where my strengths were and where my weaknesses were.
My name is Amanda Torrance. I'm the former CEO of Brindley Healthcare. For me, leadership is leading a team, making sharp decisions, making them quick, and where the point is right, you need to find whatever help you require, embrace it, and bring it into your business to help it expand.
I'm Claire Roberts and I'm Chief Exec of Kids Planet Nursery Group. You can know quite a lot about things and you can sometimes kid yourself that you're an expert, but you're not. And actually there's a point in any business where employing the right expert for a certain function is critical to the success and the future growth of that business. And it's not a weakness that saying you can't do it. The weakness would be if you thought you were all things all the time. A strong leader is someone who listens and who takes on the views of their colleagues. I think it's also at times someone who can do the really bad things that no one ever wants to deal with. Sometimes people don't like to make the difficult decisions and they look to me to make them, and you sometimes have to have quite broad shoulders, decisions that can be slightly uncomfortable but you know are the right ones to make.
Leadership is all about figuring out what we're doing tomorrow and less about what we're doing today. That's more management. You can see when an organisation is run by a leader because they're always looking at how to change things and how to improve. An organisation that's run by a good manager will just be keeping things going and turning the handle.
Culture is a really interesting thing when we talk about it, and it's not something we can write down as a policy or a procedure. This is something that is perhaps emotion, perhaps the team of people that can work together at the park. The only thing I can do or we can do as an organisation is employ the right people.
You build that team around people that you can work with, people that work well for you. They may not work well for someone else, but you'll find those people.
In many ways, it's like the fingerprint of the organisation, and no two organisations' cultural values should ever be the same.
I don't walk around in a shirt and a tie. And in some business, that's essential. But what I do on the ground with my team, I need to be seen as one of them.
I'd like to think that my work makes a difference. If I could influence anybody, it would be the younger generation coming through. I think if they can look at me and what I've achieved and my team's achieved and thinks, well, if he can do it, I can do it.
I think success in business has to be measured to a certain extent by the financial KPIs, the profit and the growth. Of course, that's very important. But then beyond that, one starts to think about how you create profit, how you create growth. In what way are you doing that? Are you doing that in a way that has soul, that has a truth, that contributes something more perhaps to society?
The thing that keeps me going every single day is knowing that what we're doing is solving a huge challenge that will be faced by future generations. For me, it's all about that mission of building a positive legacy in the world. God, these questions are too deep.
I'm not going to tell you the whole truth.